Moving on to some renovation stuff, some football only facility stadium. What are we looking like on the stadium? Obviously, we'll talk about that Bama game in just a little bit, but what are we looking at for the stadium, football only facility? How's the? I know you often tweet, "Pardon our dust," but how is the dust up there?
It's coming. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. We are on time. It will be fine for the first game. Actually, right now, full completions at the last week of July, so we got plenty of time going into that first game on August 30th. But sales are going great. The response has been amazing. When I've been able to take people on a hard hat tours through there, it's truly eye opening to people when they get to see the concourses, the concession stands, the social areas within the stadium, and everything that we're doing, even on the south side, the changes we made to the Dunlap Champions Club, how excited people are about that. Going on the east side as we're putting different flooring down and the new vomitories going into the stadium and make some of the changes we've been able to make over there. It's truly just going to be an amazing venue as it always has been, but now we're just able to upgrade it some. 75-year-old, 76-year-old stadium. We need to be reinvesting in it so we have dope forever. But people are really excited about it. Like I said, when you take through a hard hat tour, our eyes are just popping at all the different opportunities that come with that side of the stadium and the south side as well. Some of the changes we've been able to make there. So we're really excited to open up August 30th. So we'll have some events prior to that, so people can come in and kind of get a feel for it and learn their way around it. So August 30th is not the first time that someone walks in that stadium, but we're really looking forward to showcasing it to the world.
That's what I was going to say. Is how many gut boxes do Richie and I have to bring up to come up, and the more gut boxes we bring up, do we get a better tour and see the stadium, the football only and stuff like that. Just bring all the sauce and all the chicken, and we'll get in.
You might be able to bribe me for a quick hard hat tour. And we didn't talk about the football facility. That's coming along too. What a difference that's going to make. I can tell you, Coach Norvell, the first time we walked through it, we just kind of looked at each other because you look at it on paper, you see everything that you want designed, and it's going to be the finest in the country because we are pouring, as day one we've said, we're not putting in any putt-putts or slides or lazy rivers or anything. Everything we do in that facility is pouring back into that. And just some of the technology that we've been able to put in there, that's what's really going to be impressive when that opens as well.
Is
And we talked about the stadium. What I didn't mention was, what we're doing is so different. Never been done in some of the premium areas in collegiate athletics. We've had Nebraska fly in. We've had Penn State fly in. That team in the middle of the state has ventured over to take a tour of what we're doing. We've had the Houston Texans come in and look and tour the stadium because they want to see what we're doing for the future. So, it's really going to be cutting edge to college sports, and you're going to see some people replicating what we're doing in the future.
I want to ask on the football only, and then one more on the stadium. But is the timeline similar for that? A little bit into the season. What is the progression there?
Looking at the end of August, as also they're on time. Now the team will not move in because we don't want to disrupt practice and getting ready for our first few opponents. So they'll move in the week of the bye week,
Okay.
which gives us plenty of time to make sure that we do it the right way, that everything's ready to go. It's not rushed. So we'll move the team in during that bye week, and then but we'll have some events prior to that, so people would see it, touch it, see what we put into the facility prior to the team moving in.
And then on the stadium, I know that it has been talked about a lot, just different events other than football, right? When you talk about, there's 6, 7 home games a year. What else can happen there? Do the renovations need to be done, or is some of that stuff kind of already in the works? I know there's probably things you can't announce specifically, but is some of that stuff starting to take shape and take form too?
Yeah, we're in deep conversations, various concerts, various events coming in there in the spring because we have that window, call it from January to April, where we can do some different events. And some I said from day one, we want to utilize that building more than 7 times a year. It's our responsibility to give back to the community. It's done so much for us and bring in events that really bring exposure to Tallahassee and assist Leon County uh, with everything that comes along and showcase everything we have to offer and bring people in more than 7 times a year. So, really excited about some of the conversations that we're having, some of the different events we're having. I call it dirt season. We have dirt events like we had at AT&T, and we almost I did take a picture of it, but the first time an 18 wheeler pulled down through the slot to field level got me real excited because that was part of the holdup. You know, a 70 something year, 76-year-old stadium, you didn't have the vomitories to get down to the field level, and so now we've been able to do that when 18 wheeler get in, unload, set up, and get out and come back, and that's something that's really going to be beneficial for us.
Um, excuse me. Mentioned in spring kind of just reminded me of this. I don't know if this is, I understand this year with construction, there was a big trend away. And so I know Florida State kind of did things differently for a different reason, but there was a big trend away from spring games or spring events or televising things. Would the, maybe I'm asking a question that's too far in advance, or I don't know if this is more of a Norvell idea or not, but would the goal be to have a spring game or some kind of spring event next year and bring that back?
Well, we always look at what's best. You know, we want to do what's best for the fans, what's best for the team. So we'll be examining the trends within collegiate athletics and where we're heading with that. You know, we couldn't do a spring game this year because of the construction. We even looked at going on the road. Financially, it just didn't make sense for us. But we will look at continue to look and see what we can do that really showcases the program to the fans.